Israel is the least racist country around. This may shock you to your core, especially those people who hate Israel. You hate Israel. A whole day you're posting against Israel. You hate it. But Israel is the least racist country around. Anyway, the reason was in America they focused on the problem. On the whole time they said racism, 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 racism. They're well-meaning idiots in the way they did it. In Israel they focused on quality, quality. I'm not talking about the early creation of the state. I'm talking about probably in the last 10 years. It's just a post-racial country. Israel's not mostly white, like all you idiots online you said white supremacy. Do you realize how dumb you sound? Do you realize how uneducated you sound? It's like, you just, anyway, and you really feel like you're on the right side of history and you're sophisticated. They focused so many years on quality because basically they didn't have extra like they do in America. You know, people in Israel, generally speaking, are just more quality people. They're more substantive. There's a lot of education and a lot of self-reflection and a lot of decency. Even when they fight with each other and getting a fight on a bus, you see the refinedness because it's a quality country. Naturally, you're not going to all of a sudden judge people by their exterior. It's more of an interior. It's not, they're not so much into dressing in fancy clothing here. It's more of a inside-outside situation. That's what Israel's about. It's more substance, more therefore more decency. Therefore, they created this society that's post-racial. And it's very nice. I mean, you see religious Jews from a vast, you'll see religious Jews going to the same synagogue. And I only notice it because I'm in America, but then I don't notice it. Then I realize, hey, wow, this is exactly what the utopia, what the left that's cursing out Israel the whole time is talking about. Well, actually, the left doesn't really care about the utopia. They just want to destroy society. They're not here to actually create the post-racial society for the most part. Some are. For the most part, they're not. The left, the far left at least, is not very decently driven, because if they were decently driven, you would sense decency, and decency would come out of them. You know, you have a lot of negativity and hatred and exclusion that comes out of them because that's what they are to begin with. Anyway, but then you notice and you say, wow, this is the utopia that people want to create. And you see in a synagogue, there's a different types of people that some are white, some are from North Africa, some are from, Yemenite countries, and they all go to the same synagogue, and then they have their kids, and they have their, kippah or whatever, and if the guy's in the army, he has his gun, and it's not oh wow, a black person walked into the room, and you don't have comedy about that. It just is. It just is, because Israel's a very blessed place, and they worked really hard to make it. Even though online they say that beep 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 beep.